What up, y'all? It's Dominic 369 for Occultism Unleashed. Today, Monday, the day of the moon, we back at y'all talking planetary magic and understanding your astrology chart, because, you know, your astrology chart is going to help you really utilize, you know, your soul's energy and tell you what direction you need to work on and how you need to work with those planets in your chart to start manifesting your truest version of yourself and really turning your power up. So when we talk about the moon, it's very important to understand that the moon rules the subconscious mind. And, you know, because the subconscious mind has a lot of hidden elements and, you know, things that we don't understand and symbols contained within it, our subconscious is a place where a lot of fear resides. So it's important that you look at your moon sign to understand your fear. If your moon sign is Aries, Aries moon needs to be independent. It needs to be in control. It needs to be a leader. So Aries moon, their fear is being controlled. It's fear. The fear is being, you know, led down the wrong path. You know, the fear is not being able to assert themselves when and how they want to assert themselves. So if you have an Aries moon, you really have to work on those things if you want to, you know, allow your power to flourish. You know, if you have a Taurus moon, you know, you can't let those, you know, the fear of change, because Taurus is one of the most stubborn signs in the zodiac. You know, it's one of the most stubborn signs. And the fear of change hinders the growth in a lot of Tauruses. You know, a Gemini, you know, a Gemini feels like, you know, they fear that their ideas, or they'll miss out on some type of idea. That's why they seem like they're so wishy-washy, because they're always trying to absorb ideas, you know, and articulate thoughts, you know. So their fear and their, you know, warped expressions come from their fear of not being able to grasp everything, or their fear of not being able to communicate those ideas. You know, when you get to Cancer, you know, Cancer deals with the fear of not being loved, not being nurtured. You know, the fear of rejection, the fear of someone harming them once they let them in. So if you got that Cancer moon, you have to work on those things. You got the Leo moon. We know Leo fear deal with them being insecure, lack of self-confidence, people not wanting them. You know, a lot of Leos, you know, they're arrogant and stuff, but deep down inside, they're people pleasers. They're people pleasers, and they fear rejection, not being able to promote themselves. And that's why they like to be in the limelight. It's not so much that they're kingly. It's that they need praise and validation. You know, a lot of Leo moons was hurt bad in their past life and in this present life. So they have a drive and need for that validation, and they start to behave in a dysfunctional way when they feel that they're not going to be able to, you know, express that creativity and be rewarded with validation for that boldness. You know, and Virgo, you know, the Virgo moon, fear criticism, fear being judged. You know, fear not being able to take care of somebody, or not having somebody to take care of. They're control freaks because they fear loneliness. And I'm not trying to twist a knife in nobody's womb. You take control of your energy when you understand what robs you of your power. Fear is something that robs you of your power. You know, Libra, the Libra moon, when you're talking about the Libra moon, you know, the subconscious eat them up. eat them up, because it's a genuine desire for cooperation. They need to feel like they're helping out. So rejection is a big fear. You know, the lack of, you know, the ability to help out. Not necessarily to give aid, but to give balance. You know, to keep things fair. The deepest fear of Libra is that their judgment is invalidated. That their truth won't be heard. You know, when you go to Scorpio moon, the biggest power is transformation, and so is their greatest fear. Because like their polar opposite Taurus, they are extremely stubborn too. And that resistance to change breaks a lot of Scorpios. When you look at Sagittarius, you know, Sagittarius moon is very, you know, very need for explorative thought. You know, and sometimes their need for expanding their thoughts, you know, leads them to you know, fear being around, you know, in this grounded in the material realm, and that leads them to escapism and substance abuse, or, you know, their desire for freedom makes them lack control altogether. They fear having any sense of control. And Capricorns, you know, Capricorns fear powerlessness. You know, they fear not having. So they're very, you know, like to control and structure everything too. So when a Capricorn moon isn't in control, that's when they feel powerless and fearful. That's when they get real heartless and calloused and cruel. You know, Aquarius moon is another sign that fears judgment. You know, they fear judgment, and they fear, you know, not so much the judgment, because they're you know, Aquarius moon, they're free. They're free. The fear is how the judgment will impede their ability to freely express who and what they are here. That's the better way to articulate that. You know, in the Pisces moon, man, it's a strange way to put it, because it's like they don't want to be here, but they're here. And their need is to escape this realm, whether it's through art, music, creativity, or substance abuse. You know, a Pisces moon has a hard time dealing with being in the body, in the human existence, you know. And when they can't, you know, cope with the human things and solve everybody's problem, that creates a lot of fear and weakness for them. So understanding the fear that your moon sign brings is gonna allow you to get over a lot of hurdles in life. You know, your moon sign, it gives you a lot of power, it gives you a lot of drive, but it also creates a great hindrance for you if you allow it to. You know, there's nothing bad in your chart. You know, a square, opposition, all these are symbols that explain to you how an energy functions. And if you're aware of the energies that you're dealing with, there's a way to make that energy function smoothly. So there's no such thing as bad placements or a bad chart. You know, you have bad astrologers and you have people that make poor choices because they're not aware of the information in their astrological chart. So when you know, getting into the planetary magic, you know, dealing with releasing your fear, you want to work with the moon because it rules your subconscious, and you want to work with Saturn, you know, and you want to work with the appropriate deities that resonate with you, that correspond to, you know, the moon and Saturn. You know, Saturn is the planet that we use when we looking to create boundaries and limitations and remove excessiveness. So you work with the energy of Saturn and make you a talisman, you know, with the energies of the Saturn and the moon. You know, maybe you combine Saturn good stone for removing negative energy. So take notes, man. Make you a mojo bag to remove your fear. You know, Saturn stone is onyx. You get that on eBay or Amazon. All you need is a little piece, the essence of the onyx. Onyx remove negative energy and fear. You know, so do obsidian. Both of those are black stones. Black is sacred to Saturn. You know, so that corresponds to the Saturn. Then you want to get you something that go with the moon. You know, herbs. You can get some quartz crystal. You get some different herbs that go with the moon. Whether it's jasmine or what else goes with the moon? I can't think of it off the top of my head because I don't want to get distracted, but get you some herbs that go with the moon, stones that go with Saturn, herbs that go with Saturn, put them in a pouch, put them between your hands, and with your intention. Don't worry about, you know, how you doing it or if you're doing it right. Just intend to activate the energy of Saturn and the energy of moon in your mojo bag or whatever you got it in, your jar, whatever you got it in, whatever works for you, whatever makes you feel magical, put it in that. Because it's about you. It's not about what I tell you to do because I'm just giving you guidelines. It's about you developing your own magical style and magical personality. I'm just giving you the correspondence and telling you how things work so you ain't confused by the bullshit mumbo jumbo. So you put the thing, whether it's in a jar or mojo bag, between your hands. And with your intention, activate the energy of Saturn and the moon, connect it to your subconscious with your intention, and have that, you know, that talisman or mojo bag, whatever you're using, you know, that you're charging with your spiritual power and the power of Saturn and the moon, and focus that on your subconscious and your aura and release all the fear and anxiety and any adverse energy that's interfering with you, fully aligning with your purpose. Take note to the last thing I said. Fully aligning with your purpose. Any ritual you do, you want good results, include that with your intention. If it's a prosperity ritual, you know, I call this abundance into my life so I can, you know, I manifest this abundance into my life so I can blase as long as it aligns with my purpose, you know, or to help me fulfill my purpose. And if you're supposed to have it, it's going to come. I done took up a lot of y'all time, man. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Use the moon magic. Get familiar with your moon sign. Peace.